Pay attention
Yeah.
to people's actions and less of their words. Anyway, that's my rant for the day.
And that was your TED Talk for this episode of the Big Dog Talk podcast featuring the one and
I'm not
only
done. I'm not done ranting. I'm not done ranting. I'm not done ranting.
Charles.
When you show up in a relationship and you are not who you are, beloved, when you show up in the relationship and you are not showing up the person that you say that you are, that is called manipulation. When you show up in a relationship and a person is not able to hold you accountable, beloved, for your actions and your wrongdoings, that is called gaslighting. You are showing up to a relationship where you're manipulating and you're gaslighting. You're showing up there for beneficial gains. Now I'm done ranting.
And that concludes this episode of TED Talk with the one and only Big Charles from the Big Dog Talk podcast. I had to say that real quick just in case you got another thought. You know, the last time you cut me off.
I'm done.
Okay. Gaslighting, manipulation, victim, all the things.
Right.
That was the sum of it all.
Stay away from me. And it's my fault that I allowed you in my space.
Nope, we said we were done.
Welcome back to another episode of the Big Dog Talk podcast. It's me, your favorite, the one and only, Big Charles in the building, baby.
Welcome to the building, Big Charles. It's your girl, Big Shay, and I'm back again.
Lipstick look good.
Why, thank you. This lipstick was gifted to me by my beautiful, wonderful, fantastic daughter.
Earring.
My birthday.
Earrings look good. Hair look good.
Okay, I'm on
Skin.
my natural. Okay.
Ring on your finger looking good.
Okay.
You looking married.
I'm in my real natural girl era right now.
And you got your therapy as always in session shirt on.
I do.
Right on.
I do.
Right on.
I see that Tokyo shirt too.
Yeah. My daughter got me this when she went to Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, she went to Japan and she brought this back for a gift. So, and I like the way it fit on me too. You know.
Shout out to baby, always getting us little cute stuff, celebrating her parents.
Listen, I want to talk about something real fast because I'm a little irritated.
Oh boy.
Well, I'm not irritated anymore, but in that moment I was irritated.
Still an old boy.
So I was in my room the other day and I was just thinking about the relationships and the people that have crossed me, that have done me wrong. Because I don't know, I don't like bringing it up. I don't like reminiscing about it too much. But I had a moment where I was thinking about all of the people that did me dirty. I'm talking about I've helped people start businesses, gave them like the blueprint. I didn't start it for them, but I gave them the blueprint. This is what you do. This is what you do. This is what you do. I've helped save marriages. I've helped just with coaching and giving them guidance with their health. I've helped a lot of people, and most of those people turned on me. As soon as I challenged their behavior that they didn't want to take accountability for.
Right.
And I really wasn't reminiscing about those acts that they done, but it was aggravating me because I don't understand how people can get upset when you respond to their behavior. Mm-hmm. For instance, someone does you wrong, Big Shay. You bring it to their attention.
Right.
This was done wrong, and I didn't appreciate that. Then their response is, instead of saying, hey, that wasn't my intentions, their response is, let me get mad at you and not talk to you. I cannot stand people who lack accountability. Yeah. I hate being around people that lacks accountability. I hate that.
Yeah.
So I was having me a moment like, God, I made a post last year. I said, I'm never dealing with people, allowing them in my space where based off of their potential.
Right.
But instead, if I allow you in my space, I accept you for who you are in that moment.
Right.
I accept you for your actions,
Right.
not for the greatness that I see in you. I have to accept you for who you are right now.
Right.
But yeah,
I mean, come on. I even remember when we kicked off 2024 on the podcast, you were kind of, you're not in that space right
no,
now.
I'm
You
not in
just-
that space.
No, you're
I'm
not
just
in that space.
talking right now.
But you have brought up the simple fact that, you were sick of helping people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 2024, we kicked it off on the podcast. You were saying you're sick of helping people because your track record has shown that people that you've poured into in the areas of all the things that you're passionate about,
Right.
finances, healthy relationships, healthy body, healthy mind, you know what I mean? Healthy spirit, healthy soul, all these areas that you've poured into people with, whenever it came time to have tough conversations, people get in their feelings and lack emotional intelligence to have those conversations. But instead, like what you just said, they become unaccountable, get an attitude, don't want to, talk to, the person anymore, you in particular, as we're talking about. And then there starts the deterioration of the relationship.
No.
When I say deterioration of a relationship, because like you just said, and I have to agree with what you said, I'm also not really interested in being in a relationship where people aren't open to having tough conversations, especially for the sake of saving a relationship that's supposed to mean something to you. So the deterioration means like now we're not even okay. You no longer will get my opinion, my advice, or my help in this certain area, because when it's time to have difficult conversations, which are going to come, you can't handle it, which stunts growth.
Nowadays, your enemy comes up and shows up as the person that call you bro and sis, the person that call you best friend, the person that calls you family. I go off of actions.
Yep.
And again, this is not talking about
nothing in particular.
No, we just talking. I just want to bring awareness to people that just because someone call you bro or sis, that don't mean that they really love you like a bro or a sis. Right. Or they can love you like a bro or a sis, and that love that they had with their bro and sis was a dirty, toxic relationship as well, and they loving you the exact same way that they love the persons and the people before you. That's all that I'm saying.
And that shouldn't work for you. It won't work for me.
Pay attention to people's actions and less of their words. But anyway, that's my rant for the day.
And that was your TED Talk for this episode of the Big Dog Talk podcast featuring the one and only.
I'm not done ranting. I'm not done ranting.
Charles.
When you show up in a relationship and you are not who you are, beloved, when you show up in the relationship and you are not showing up the person that you say that you are, that is called manipulation. When you show up in a relationship and a person is not able to hold you accountable, beloved, for your actions and your wrongdoings, that is called gaslighting. You are showing up to a relationship where you're manipulating and you're gaslighting. You're showing up there for beneficial gains. Now I'm done ranting.
And that concludes this episode of TED Talk with the one and only Big Charles from the Big Dog Talk podcast. I had to say that real quick just in case you got another thought. The last time you cut me off.
I'm done.
Okay. Gaslighting, manipulation, victim, all the things.
Right.
That was the sum of it all.
Stay away from me. And it's my fault that I allowed you in my space.
Nope, we said we were done.
All right.
We said we were done.
I'm done. What we talking about today? Because I didn't got worked up for no reason.
Clearly, we talking about people that are not accountable.
All right.
Right? But we really want to get into something a little different. So, we on this whole kind of like series of relationships on the podcast right now. I would say we like doing a little series, right? Weekly. Our topics have been centered around relationships. So I was thinking about a question. How can you balance independence and togetherness in a relationship? So, like, for example, kicking off 2024, you and I have some big bleep goals individually. So you are focused on some big things in your bubble that are your interest, things you want to focus on, and I'm focused on some pretty big things in my bubble, to elevate, this year. And so with that being said, because we're focused on, two big things independently, separately, individually, could that impact our togetherness, our closeness in our relationship, or is it a way to find balance in that?
I mean, it's a twofold question that you just asked. It can impact it if we don't sit down and discuss these things and communicate it.
Right.
It can affect our relationship if we don't not only communicate it, but really take some time to understand the other person's and the priority and the season that we're both in.
Right. I mean, because for us, we're two very goal-oriented people, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm sure there's other relationships out there too that are comprised of two people that are very goal-oriented. And so that means that when we get into the phase of achieving certain goals, and knocking off things on our, vision board and like to-do list for, the year, we get pretty laser focused. Mm-hmm. We do. And so what I noticed that, we do that to help make that successful so that we don't lose that togetherness is we absolutely on our calendar schedule like time to date, time to, check in with each other, schedule time to just create that togetherness so that we don't lose that piece of our relationship.
Well, this is when you got to know your partner, because the only reason you and I have a calendar is because you're that detailed person.
Right. That's true.
You schedule, okay, let's do this at this time. Mm-hmm. Me, on the other hand, I sit in stillness and I come up with a resolution and a strategy that works for the family. Mm-hmm. And then you come and put the pieces together. Well, this is how we should do it to make this work. Mm-hmm. That's how you and I.
Right. To push it forward. This is how we have to dissect it and what we need to go after.
Right.
Right.
So, are you just standing?
I'm saying you said that to say what though?
I'm saying that to say that it's a twofold. It's a twofold. You do the calendar. And I go deep within and say you have an individual goal, I have an individual mm-hmm. goal, we have a goal as a family. It's going to take some deep level of stillness to come up with an answer mm-hmm. and a resolve that's going to benefit both of us and not just one of us.
Right.
So then I'll go sit in my stillness and listen for answers.
Right.
And I'll come back to you and this is what I got.
Right.
And then you'll go with this is a great resolve, but this is how we're going to get this done for the benefit of both of us.
Right. Would you say that you think this is the first time that we both have had like a pretty hefty goal separately that we're going after simultaneously together?
No.
Okay.
Because I remember when you were starting your childcare, mm-hmm. and I was also trying to start a t-shirt business.
Yep.
So in that time, I had to go spend time with God, mm-hmm. because I had to go and spend time with God because I could have got caught up in, well, she can focus on her and I can focus on me, mm-hmm. but I had to go get a strategy that was best for us and our family. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And at the time, we were pushing out too much money financially to focus on your child care and to focus on the business that I was attempting to push as well. True. So what I went and done, I had to spend time with God, and God promised me, I tell you what, you make this season about her. Mm-hmm. I had to make a conscious decision to put my goals on standby and to make your goals my goals.
Okay. Yes, that example, I forgot about it, but that's what I'm saying. So that was great because it leads me to this. I feel like at that moment in time, there was a decision that had to be made, right? And so you said you spent time with God and God said, let's focus on this over here. But what I'm saying is I feel like the season that we're in right now, we don't have to make that kind of decision. Like, you're doing what you're doing and I'm doing what I'm doing, and that absolutely feels like what's supposed to be happening.
Because the foundation was laid.
Yes.
The foundation has to be laid.
Yes. 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 Yes.
So now we're able to go into two separate directions to come back together for the big goal in the end.
Right.
In that phase of life, we had to do what was best for our family.
Right.
And what was best for our family was for me to support you in your business.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Now we created a space of freedom where, okay, Big Charles can focus on Big Charles, Big Shay can focus on Big Shay, and we need to sit down and discuss what's best for me, what's best for you, and what's best for us as a family and as a husband and wife, because if not, we'll get lost in the sauce.
Right, right. But I mean, excuse me, I feel really good like hearing you kind of explain it like that and then bringing it back, full circle, that we are absolutely at a point in time where we can both chase ultimately the next level of our dreams. Like, that feels good to me that we're able to do that. And I don't have to put on pause what I'd like to do in order to get to the next level for you. And you don't have to put anything on pause either to be able to chase what you want to do, because that individuality and things that are important to us at this phase in our relationship is extremely important for that next level of elevation.
Well, here's the thing, though. We got to be careful with the word chasing, because in the beginning we were chasing and we weren't aligned. We're flowing now. Mm-hmm. So we're not chasing our dreams. We're flowing in our gifts. We're flowing in spirit. We're flowing in a place of peace. Mm-hmm. So we're not chasing anymore. In the beginning of our phases back then, we were chasing, not knowing.
We have clear direction right now.
Not knowing.
Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
No, I was basically co-signing what you were saying. We're definitely in alignment and flowing in the direction that we have direction now.
So that's what I was saying. There's a difference between chasing and flowing.
Right.
When you have inner peace and you're connected to stillness and you understand what peace is, peace really just means flowing. Mm-hmm. Even when friction comes, accepting the friction as what it is. Mm-hmm. So at this moment in time, we're in a good phase of life where we're able to flow in the direction that God wants us to be in. But that's because of, like, this can go, it just depends on which way we want to go, because we're flowing in the right direction because all of the work that we put in individually and together as a unit.
Yeah, that's the direction I want to go in. And it's like, when we talk about conversations like this, we never just want to just talk about it. We also want to give doggy treats. And I want to talk through, like, how can one, like, create that balance in their relationship so that there is a healthy balance of independence with each individual person in a relationship being able to focus on what they want to focus on, and knowing if that's the direction and the right thing for them to do, but also still having that spirit of togetherness.
Are you asking me a question?
Yeah, like, I want to hear your perspective. Like, how can two people in a relationship create that balance
of independent togetherness?
Yeah, of independence, balancing independence and togetherness. Like, how we've been able to finally get to a place where I feel like we have a good balance of independence and togetherness. And you already started, you already kind of started to speaking of how we got there, and that there was a point in time when we had to pick and choose, which area we wanted to put all of our emphasis in, which meant that one of us had to kind of relinquish that individual thing that they wanted to pursue for the betterment of, the family of the other one. But I also just want to leave with the people, like, how did we create that? Like, what are some things that we can tell them on how to create that balance for their relationships?
That's a loaded question.
Super loaded.
There's no way possible that I can give you a a true direct answer
I agree.
because it's loaded.
Yep.
It depends on what phase of life you're in. It depends on what season your relationship is in.
Yep.
What can I say? I always bring it back to self-development because self-development is the basic fundamental foundation of even being able to communicate and know in which direction that you want to go in.
Right.
Like a person have to have vision. I can't tell you anything about me if I don't know where I'm going, know where I'm headed. Somebody has to know which direction we want to go as individuals and as a family.
Yep. You have to know.
You have to have vision.
You have to.
Because vision is that's what you're gravitated toward.
Yep.
If you don't have a vision, if you don't have goals, you basically a damn dog chasing his tail.
Yeah. Back to that word chase. Got you.
Going in circles.
Going in circles. Yep.
Get a clear vision.
Yep. Yep.
I would start off there.
Absolutely get a clear vision, like hands down, because we've talked about this before, but one thing in our relationship that actually there was the clip that you used this week is that we both had a vision and an idea of where we wanted. We've always had individual goals. When we first met, we both had individual goals of where we wanted to go. So we came into the relationship with a vision. Mm-hmm. And by coming together as a unit, it's absolutely helped to like foster getting closer to the ultimate goals that we have. But like you said, if a person does not have any idea or vision or direction for their life, then it's going to be hard to operate in that space in a relationship.
It's hard to operate in that space and not just a personal relationship, but in a friendship, period.
Okay.
Why would I want to listen? I wouldn't even marry you if you didn't have a sense of direction, if you didn't have a sense of goals, because I'm a goal-oriented person.
Right. Like I said,
you wouldn't have wanted to be with me if I was. It wouldn't have worked out. Why would you want to be a person that doesn't know where they're going?
That's frustrating.
Why?
You got one person in a relationship that's super goal-oriented, and then you got the other person in a relationship
sitting on the couch playing video games.
Don't know. Yeah.
Or just want to do makeup and be a social media influencer or something like that.
Or complacent, cool with whatever.
If there's no way that's going to work.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
You
like-minded people, man.
The reason why it's important to be in a like-minded relationship, whether it's with your partner or friendships, because life doesn't give you what you want. Life gives you what you are.
Right.
And you either operate in a low frequency or high frequency.
Yeah.
When you operate in a low frequency, which most of us do, you attract low frequency. Mom, I'm sorry if you're watching this. Low frequency bullshit. I'm sorry, Ma. But that's what I had. That's how I wanted to explain it. If you operating in a low frequency, you're going to attract low frequency.
Absolutely.
A person that doesn't have a vision has low frequency.
That's just the facts.
That's just the facts.
Yeah.
A person that have a vision has high frequency.
Yep.
There's no way that we're going to coexist for the long haul if we're on two different levels and we're not working to work together.
Yeah.
I'm not coming down.
Yeah.
For nobody.
Right.
For no friend, I'm not coming down.
Right.
I don't want you to come down.
Right.
I want you to say, hey, do you want to come with me?
Right.
Give me the option.
Right.
But back to what I was saying, you get what you are and not what you want.
Right. You attract that.
You attract that.
Yes.
You know, like I said.
It's that energy.
It's the energy.
Energy's everything.
You a low energy person, you're going to attract a low energy life. You're a high energy person, you're going to attract a high energy life. Our jobs as individuals and as a partnership is to find a medium. Are you following me?
Yeah.
In a way to cultivate an internal lifestyle that we see for ourselves individually and together.
Yep.
I have to get with a person that I can find a medium with, that we can create our lifestyle first internally.
Right.
Am I going too far?
No.
Is it too far-fetched?
No, it's not. It's definitely on target.
Well, explain to me what I just said, because in my mind, I feel like I'm saying too much and it's going to go over people's head.
It's not. You're basically saying that in order to, first of all, you have to have a vision.
Right.
And secondly, in order to get what you want individually, plus to be in a relationship with somebody, you guys have to be operating on that same level of frequency. So if you want to take out the word frequency, two goal-oriented people together will bring about the results, not only collectively, but individually with the vision and the goals that they have for their lives separately. If you are a person that's goal-oriented, but you find yourself with someone that is very complacent in life, then the one that's goal-oriented is going to struggle a lot, because you cannot make people want to come up and meet you where you are.
It's going to frustrate you.
And what you said, you're not coming down to meet anybody where they are. Either you're going to come up or you're going to get left. You're going to get left.
It's going to frustrate you.
Absolutely.
That's why in the ancient teachings and Christ's teachings, or even in Buddha's teaching, they call it equally yoked.
Yes. Yep.
Compatible for one another.
Like-minded people.
Like-minded.
Yes.
Whatever you want to call that energy.
Yep.
I have a vision for myself. Why do I want to be around somebody that don't see life how I see life? I've already created a life in my mind. I know where I'm headed.
I mean, I think that what you're saying is like a little while ago, you were going to touch upon the friendship part of it. Remember? You were going to touch upon not just relationship, but this also happens in friendships. And I think that that's also what kind of goes back to how you opened up.
That's what a friction starts. Right.
Charles TED Talk. That's how friction starts, because you can absolutely outgrow people in a friendship. And it's not to say that, somebody's better than the other person. But what it does say, if I'm a goal-oriented friend and I constantly want to be around people that's talking about, for me, entrepreneurship. For me, what's the next level of your business? For me, what are you focused on this quarter? For me, what are you focused on in the next 60 days, 30 days? Those are the things I like to talk about with like-minded, business-oriented people that have successful businesses, right? I'm constantly trying to grow. So to be around someone that doesn't have that level of conversation, not only that, but they don't have the desire to, it limits the things that now we have in common, the things that we can talk about. Because even like with you and I, you are constantly talking about, from sun up to sundown, you're constantly talking about your elevation plan for 2024, the things you're already working on, the things you're already executing, the things that are to come, your plan for 2024, you're constantly talking about that. If I was a spouse that I don't have any goals, like I don't have no real goals right now, like I'm cool, I'm chilling, I like where I'm at, like that's good for you, you would ultimately start to get frustrated with me.
Yeah, that's just
like
how
I need you to pick it up.
That's how it goes.
Pick it up.
That's how it goes. That's just how it goes.
Pick it up.
I know how much work I put on me. Why do I know how much time that I have. See, I'm in a space now where, well, first of all, people like me don't hang around a lot of people.
Facts.
It's just, if I hang around you, I really love you. I'm inspired by you.
And I got to create time for that, because I don't have a lot of time. You know what I mean? You don't have a lot of time. When you're goal-oriented, you do not have a lot of time. So if I create time to be with you, to take
really
away from what I'm really focused on and what I could really be doing.
Right. Time is the one thing you don't get back.
Man, listen. If I put you on my calendar, I love you.
I didn't know this was the direction that we were going to go in. But
your TED Talk set the tone,
But like for you and I.
Yeah.
For you and I, what we do in this phase of our lives,
right,
we are very intentional.
Yep.
We don't just sit down and communicate. We sit down to communicate and understand.
Yes.
We come up with a strategy and a game plan.
Yes.
Based off of the vision for our family.
Yes.
Each family may be different. Each relationships may be differently. This is why you have to know how to tap into that God energy and do what's best for you and your family. You cannot live in the space of selfishness.
Right.
You have to live in a space of flow and energy. This is why God energy is important.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is why, because, oh my God.
Yes. Yes.
This is a hack. When you know how to flow and not chase, I'm telling you.
It's a hack. It's a hack.
I'm telling you.
It's definitely a hack.
When you know how to flow and not chase, but in order to get to that level, to get to that space, you have to go through a lot of digging up some dirt, facing some hard truths about self, looking myself in the mirror and say, you know what, I'm not showing up. Matter of fact, you said something at our last event, like just being honest with myself.
Yep.
I'm not showing up how I say I'm showing up. I know I'm not.
Right.
Full accountability.
Yep.
But anyway.
Yep. And so like what you just said, the number one thing that you've been talking about so far is like communication.
Vision, communication understanding.
Is super important. That is a necessary element to creating balance, right? Between that independent, goal-oriented, and that togetherness. And then within that communication, like just as a couple, like creating like check-ins, like, you know, what you got on your plate this week, you know, what you're going to be focusing on, how can I help you, how can I support you, this is what I have going on, because it may be a very busy week for your partner, right? Your partner may be like locked and loaded, and by you gaining that understanding through that communication and that check-in, then you can give a lot of grace and maybe lower your expectation for that week, right? So that means that this week may not be a week that we just really operating on togetherness. I'm respecting the fact that my partner has to focus on this. We've gained understanding. We talked about it. I got to give you some space to get done what you need to get done. I want you to get that done, because then it might be my turn the next month where, babe, honestly, this week's about to be crazy for me. Like, I got to focus. So now you can understand that and be okay with giving me my space because we've done that check-in and we've communicated.
I got to give you your kudos on that because you've really helped me with the check-ins and like
great.
Putting it on the calendar.
Yes.
You know, I believe that's something that you've developed like over time.
Yes.
Now that I'm going into full throttle with entrepreneurship and self-development. It all ties together. You know,
I mean, ultimately, the space that I am in our relationship as it relates to, like I said, independence and togetherness, we going after it, right? We are going after it, and we're definitely aligned, and that requires more effort, more work, less free time. And we also take pride in our togetherness, our intimacy that we've created. And on this part of our journey in this chapter, I don't want to lose that, because if let's just say we're gonna accomplish everything we set out, but we lose that. Now I'm not having fun.
It's no way that we can accomplish everything that I hear you.
Now, thank you.
I hear you.
Thank you. Now I'm not having fun.
That means we took our vision off of the main goal, the big picture.
That part.
The big picture.
That part.
And the big picture for us is family and legacy.
That part. And togetherness.
And that's what family is.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
And healing legacies before us and after us.
We done fell into the trap.
Our main goals being an example.
Yep.
Showing people that it's possible that we can have family and individual goals.
Yes.
All in one. Showing people that it's possible to create your own world.
Yes.
It's possible.
Yes. I want people to know that.
It's possible.
Like, I'm actually very passionate about this.
Yeah.
I am very passionate about people understanding that you can have the best of both worlds. It's possible. You just got to elevate the way that you think. You got to elevate the way that you plan. You got to elevate the way that you communicate. You got to elevate the way that you execute. You got to elevate your level of self-awareness. You have to elevate in order to accomplish this perfect balance in achieving the things that you want to achieve. And it's absolutely necessary. You don't have to give up one to get the other. You don't have to. You don't have to be successful in life and have a shitty ass relationship with your family. You don't have to do that. You don't have to be in a great relationship with your family and give up the things that you aspire and desire to be in life. You don't have to do that. You get to show your family, your kids, and create the legacy that both can exist at the same damn time.
It's possible.
I love that for us. We can all do that.
It's possible for sure.
It's possible. Trust me, it's possible.
It's possible.
I'm super passionate about this.
I don't really even want to go after you.
I'm super passionate about this. Like, I just feel super like, come on, y'all, we got this.
And I hope you guys see us like we just want to see you win.
Yes.
We just want to see you win. We're not trying to present perfection. We want to see you win. And
shit is hard.
Everything is hard. It's hard being broke too.
Huh.
It's hard being single too.
Huh.
It's hard being together too.
Yep.
It's hard having a family. It's hard not having a family.
It's hard being a wife. It's hard being a husband. It's hard.
It's hard being single.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard being alone when you're sick and you need somebody to come and take care of you. It's hard, you know what I mean, when you're with someone and choose your hard.
It's hard having a business. It's hard starting a business. It's hard wanting to start a business. It's all hard.
What hard do you want? What hard do you want?
Man.
Pick and choose.
I love y'all. I love y'all.
That's the fun part about life.
Yep.
But in the meantime, while you deciding, if you don't have a vision, stay away from me.
Be nice.
Stay away. Listen.
Okay.
Listen.
They know.
All right.
They already know.
They know.
You already said that. They already know. You TED Talk and in between time you said it.
And I know none of the listeners, it's not them. And when I say stay away from me, I'm really talking to them, telling y'all to keep those people away from you that don't have a vision.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you don't love them.
Yes.
It means that I'm on a mission. I'm not letting life control me. I'm taking control of my life. That's freedom. When you take control of your life, that's maturity. That's what adults do. I'm not blaming it on my mom or dad. I'm not blaming it on anyone. I take full accountability of my life. I'm not going to live in this hope phase. I'm going to live in a reality phase. And it's a call to action to everybody that's listening.
Call to action.
It's a call to action.
Call to action.
The life that you desire. I need you to, if you're by yourself, I need you to find a medium to go inside of you and cultivate an internal life that you see for yourself and you work towards it. If you have a partner, you guys sit at the table, come up and cultivate a life that you see for yourselves because we have to keep that energy up. We attract who we are.
Yep.
Bring your awareness up.
Listen.
Take us out of here, Big Shay.
No, I will. I know that they can hear and see and feel the passion behind this episode today. So can you just let them know that if they would like additional coaching
Oh, I forgot about that.
This episode, on this topic and other topics, what can they do, Big Charles? Please let them know.
So,
because we're doing 2024 real different this year.
Our Big Shay, the Big Shay and I, our website will be up in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We took it upon ourselves to coach.
Yes.
We really want to see people win.
Yep.
That's just the truth.
Yep.
We will do individual coaching, couples coaching, entrepreneurship.
Yep.
We're coaching.
Yep.
And what coaches are, good coaches, good teachers, they are hacks.
Yep.
To get you to the destination that you want to get to at a faster pace. They've done the homework.
Yes.
They've put in the hours. Yep. They've put in the time. They have the knowledge. Not only do they have the knowledge, they have the experience. Not only do they have the experience, they have the wisdom to guide you step by step. And that's what we're doing.
Yep.
Hit us in the DM if you would like for Big Charles and Big Shay to coach you, whether it's on your relationship and whether it's individually. And we got you this year.
Yep.
We going to another level.
Yep.
We on that God energy.
I feel that. Yep. Website coming real soon. Y'all gonna love it.
Until then, send us an email, bigdogtalk4@gmail.com. Hit us on Big Dog Talk _podcast. Hit us in the DM, and we locking and loading.
Yep.
Serious people only.
Yep.
We coming forward.
Yep.
We winning.
Yep.
Everybody in this community that's intentional, we're gonna win.
Winning season.
We're winning. We love y'all. Like, subscribe, Tell a friend to tell a friend. Write comments, write reviews. So we need you guys' support.
Yes.
We winning this year.
Love y'all.
Peace. God energy.